Everyone and their mother is quitting van life.
Why I quit van life.
Unfortunately, the van is for sale.
And I stopped doing van life.
Bus life for us is unfortunately over.
I am selling my van.
We're selling the bus. My husband Jay and I, we definitely have some experience quitting this lifestyle as well. We lived out on the open road as full-time nomads for nearly 2 years. First in a 37-foot school bus, then in a Ford Transit cargo van. Today we're going to talk about the big question that everyone's been asking us: why does almost everyone who starts van life or bus life give it up? What's going on here? So before I dive too far into this, I just want to clarify, when I say van life, I'm talking specifically about people who have the luxury to choose to live in a van or a bus or whatever rig they choose to live in. I'm not talking about the people that have to move into one because of necessity. I think there are different phases of van life that a lot of people go through, Jay and I included. Side note, this is a new client build that we're doing. Jay's gonna do a full video with just him and you guys coming in probably next week's video, so. This probably isn't the best idea I've ever had, but it is what it is. Okay, phase one of being a full-time nomad is you enjoy bus life. You think a van is too small to try out this lifestyle, so you go for a bus, you feel more comfortable living in that, and then you enjoy yourself. You're out on the road having the most blissful, amazing time.
Hey, Junior! You're taking up the whole road! That bus is trying to get by you! He just went for a shit!
You're in this pure, blissful state and can't believe everything is finally happening exactly as you had pictured it. But after some time of dealing with the breakdowns, things constantly breaking, and the stress that comes with driving a massive school bus throughout unfamiliar parts of the country, you're in need of a break. From bus life, at least. The high highs are incredible, but the low lows are chaotic and can really start to take a toll on your mental health. You aren't ready to give up those highs just yet, and you realize, hey, I don't need all this space, I don't need all this stuff, I'd rather have a vehicle that I can get around easier in. So you decide to give van life a go. And it doesn't take long for you to realize you made the right decision. We had so much fun in the van. It was a lot more stress-free than the bus. We definitely didn't need as many breaks when we were in the van. We kind of felt totally comfortable traveling as much as we wanted or needed in each day. But then it does get to that point still where you need a break. There are a lot of reasons people need breaks from full-time travel. The first one being money. I think a lot of people don't truly realize just how pricey living in a van or a bus can get when you're constantly traveling.
It's been expensive this trip because gas prices right now are just sky high.
Now there's ways to definitely lower your spending by just traveling slowly, but the way that we had to travel for work, it just wasn't possible for us, so we were spending quite a bit of money, and that's one of the reasons why we actually had to end van life. Just one small reason why is because we were always stressed about money, what next small job we could do to kind of get an income, and it just wasn't feasible long term. Another reason for a break is your life circumstances change, whether that's having a kid, like Justin and Val from Gilligan Phantom. They have Nova, who was old enough now to go to school, and some people can get away with homeschooling, but they didn't think that was a great fit for their kid, as a lot of parents probably won't.
And very, very few families make it on the road forever. That's just a reality that all of us bus dreamers have to deal with.
Another reason why people need a break, which I think is the reason why Jay and I actually left full-time travel, is purpose. We're so grateful for all the memories we made along the way in both the bus and the van, and wouldn't take them back for anything. But for us, we started to lose a purpose. That's the same reason why you see a lot of people set goals for themselves as they're traveling. If you don't have a purpose or a goal to work towards, you can kind of get a little depressed. I think some people are capable of traveling around in a van or a bus without a true purpose and like are genuinely happy and fulfilled. but the majority of people I found need something to work towards. I think this is why you see a ton of people go from building a rig to traveling in it to selling that rig to building again, and it's just like this perpetual cycle because people find building and creating something to be a little bit more rewarding than the actual travel part. The nomadic community is amazing. You meet these people online who have the same goals as you do, and when you meet them in person, it's honestly the best experience. We have some of our best memories from meeting up with people.
How does Alex just pull this out of his ass?
But then you have to get used to the constant change and goodbyes that come with living this lifestyle, and that's just something that you can never get used to. After a while, you start to crave a permanent community. And finally, full-time van life can be exhausting. Everyday tasks and chores like doing laundry, doing dishes is a full event.
This is like a military operation.
You think about all these things that you don't think about when you're living your normal life, and it just can sometimes get overwhelming and exhausting. I have a theory that if you choose to live this lifestyle, you hit this sort of level of exhaustion and your breaking point between 8 months and a year. And that's when you'll see a ton of people, they need a break. And eventually you get to an age after these breaks where you feel like you're kind of a nuisance staying in people's driveways. As much as those people love you and tell you you're not being a nuisance, you kind of feel like a bum, and you kind of are just like, I need my own space. You want to still have the van, you still want to travel, but you just want a place to go back to. And that's when you move into phase 5. You crave some roots. You want your own space to come back to whenever you need. And yeah, planning those roots can be hard, especially if you don't have the funds to do that. So Jay and I are kind of in that phase now where we're trying to plant some official roots, but interest rates are super high. We don't have enough cash flow right now. A lot of it is invested in this business to try to build up our cash flow. And it doesn't take long to move into phase 6, where you are in a location for a long period of time and you just constantly miss travel. And that's the phase I'm in right now. As appreciative as I am right now of being here, having a community around me. We've been going to basketball 3 times a week. It's been so much fun to sort of see my nieces here whenever I want to see them and have family here and just have a routine. You still just crave that adventure. For us, we know being full-time nomads was just a stepping stone to our true purpose in life. We love where we're at now. We want to prove it to ourselves that we can have a successful van building company, but also feel somewhat guilty to be counting down the days until we can get back out on the road again. So why would we trade beautiful sunsets for a warehouse and the open road and freedom to start a business with work that has no true end in sight? I guess I don't really have all the answers, but I do know someone who might.
Why doesn't van life last forever?
Yeah.
Because you outgrow the space. For like whatever reason, you have kids or you want more things.
But then why do people always go back to it?
Because once you get that travel bug and like you experience the life like on the road, living nomadically, and I think that stays with you forever.
Basically, if you want to live this lifestyle, you're going to be addicted forever and you can't ever get out of it. But
it's the best thing we've ever done.
It's worth it. It's still worth it, but just pre-warning you that
you're kind of
screwed. Kind of shit out of